What up, Salvador Braben here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about crowdfunding, bringing new products, new ideas into the world, really leveling up and showing up as the person who needs to in order to get something done, to execute, to follow through on your goals. These are all things that I myself am passionate about, and as well, my community. I would say that of everyone else on YouTube, what separates our community from everyone else is that we are action takers. We are showing up, we're working, whether it's after our 9-to-5 job or on the weekends, and we're actually plowing through and breaking through obstacles to be able to achieve new things in our lives. And it's fun, it's exciting, like it's a dance, right? It's not just one of those things that you do really work super hard for a weekend. It's really a pursuit, a labor of love, a passion which you have. And to me, I think it's great to be passionate and to work hard, but you also gotta work smart. You can't be dumb, right? So I think that one of the biggest and most important phases of coming out with a new product or a new business is market testing, right? Market validation. So really what I want to do in this video was I want to kind of shine a spotlight on that and demystify that for you, and to come up with a couple of easy, free tools, inexpensive resources, things that you can check out so you can actually speed up that process of doing market testing for your business idea, for your existing business, if you're trying to grow it, for example, or understand your customers more, or for a new product which you're creating, which you're inventing, or maybe you're already in the prototype stage and you're kind of wondering, should I even be spending more time on that? And we're talking about that in today's YouTube video. Guys, I am so excited to make this video for you because it's one of the coolest things, right? Coming out with a new product, a new business, it is so enjoyable. It is so exciting. And I think that if you think about the entrepreneurs and the creators, the inventors from many generations past, we have it so much easier. We have access to technology and tools. We have so many things we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to be kind of dividing today's lecture or today's video into a couple of different resources. First, it's going to be starting with initial phase, which is what are the channels that you can use. Then I want to get more into the actual tactics and techniques. And I kind of want to cap this video off then with some actionable resources which you can sink your teeth into so you actually go out there and you can do this. And I think that, again, this is one of the things it's so easy to do. You just have to be willing to take action. And I appreciate you so much for showing up on today's YouTube video. If you've been watching some of my other videos out there and you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up so that other people know this is worth their time. But let's get into it. Number one is Facebook. So Facebook, as you know, is a behemoth, a mammoth of a social media network. Now, I'm not just talking about creating a Facebook page when it comes to getting market validation or seeing people like your business or your idea. I'm really talking about using Facebook in a much more strategic way. So for example, joining selective Facebook groups where your potential consumers might actually exist, or joining entrepreneurship groups, or joining crowdfunding groups. I myself run a group that's all about crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, new product ideas. We have over 10,000 members in my Facebook group, and include a link down below to an article with all the different resources when it comes to different Facebook groups. So you can use Facebook groups, the easiest tool to get validation on your idea, to get validation when it comes to your product, and to really understand what do people think about this, what are their opinions, and kind of get out of your head, if that makes sense. Numero dos, and the reason why I'm saying dos is I'm actually here situated in Miami, Florida, and I'm actually adopted from El Salvador. I've been working on my Spanish, so my Spanish is getting a little bit better since living here in Miami and moving from New York to Miami. But number two is to go in to sink your teeth into some LinkedIn groups that are available out there. Now, you could also do direct outreach on Facebook, like I mentioned before, or direct outreach on LinkedIn. However, I really think the gold behind this is actually the LinkedIn groups. And we also have a LinkedIn group as well for my community. And I think, again, we have over 10,000 members in that group. But why not go and explore some other LinkedIn groups where if you're targeting, for example, B2B, or going B2C, where those individuals, those consumers, those decision makers might be, so you can actually get feedback on your business idea. Who knows, maybe even network with some different investors as well that are in those LinkedIn groups, or other entrepreneurs who can join your founding team and maybe help you blow up this particular business idea and really go big with this. So sink your teeth into some of those LinkedIn groups. And again, I will link up a couple as well in the link in the description. Number three, and I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with this channel that I'm about to mention, and that is Reddit. So Reddit is actually really great of a community in my opinion. However, they're also a little bit different of a crowd. So you do have to be very open for being criticized, for feedback, for critiques. And I think that if you're willing to go in with that mindset, it can be a great opportunity for you to go and check out different subreddits. So Reddit itself as a website has a bunch of different subreddits, which are kind of like mini forums. You can go into a subreddit, for example, one on technology or one one on gaming, or maybe one based on the actual, target demographic or industry which you're going after, you can go into that subreddit, you can post a question or say, I have a business idea, and you can get a heck of a lot of people giving you feedback. However, take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes ideas are good, sometimes they're bad, and you have to kind of put them through your own filter, but I would say Reddit is another great channel to begin to do that. The next one, when it comes to market testing, and there's actually 2 features of this tool, and I actually love using this tool to really do user discovery and really testing out new product ideas, and that's to really understand the conversations that are happening around key topics, competitor businesses, competitor products, and also people that are a member of the actual industry, the target market which you're going after. So when you're validating the idea, it's really important to kind of have your fingers on the pulse when it comes to understanding the people which you are serving. So the channel that I'm mentioning is Twitter. And more specifically, I think you should actually use Twitter Advanced Search. So this is a tool and a feature. At the time of recording this video, it still exists. You can actually use Twitter Advanced Search to search through Twitter over a certain duration, for certain keywords, certain mentions, exact hashtags, all that kind of stuff. It's a very powerful way to get a crystal clear understanding of the target market which you're going after. So Twitter is the next in today's list. Number 5 in this list is Instagram. And Instagram is a little bit of a different social media network. So Instagram is obviously all based in photos and videos and now Reels. And you can use this tool to actually do some market validation and market testing when it comes to an idea or a new product. Or, for example, building your following from a very early stage, being able to post stories and being able to actually do surveys in real time and get people responding to those particular stories which you're posting. You can also use it to seek out hashtags, people that are having different conversations, reach out to those target individuals who are part of your target market and ask them a couple of questions, introduce yourself, build a relationship, so that way you can get some qualitative and some quantitative data when it comes to your idea, your business idea, or your product. Number 6 on this list is Product Hunt. Product Hunt, my man, is such a cool website. If you're not familiar with Product Hunt, it's basically all about new innovative products and technology and businesses which are coming out. And of course, it makes a great ripe opportunity if you are working on something new. I think particularly as well in the software realm, Product Hunt is a great match for you. If you're trying to get feedback, you're trying to really understand, is this product a good fit when it comes to the problems which it's solving, and really getting a feedback from users itself of that product. You can use Product Hunt as a great way to do that and to do some market validation and some testing. And they also have an online forum there as well. Number 7, we are blazing through this list. If you've been enjoying some of the things I've been recommending, give me a thumbs up at this point in this video. So number 7 is really to sink your teeth into some online forums. So online forums, a lot of times when you think about forums, you think about like the early days of the web, but actually forums are incredibly powerful communities of people that are regularly engaging and having different discussions online. So you can actually go to an industry related forum, or a forum that has the users or their target market customers, your prospect that you're going to be eventually going after, and you can ask them for their thoughts on your business idea, on your concept, on your product. You can go there and you can really get some great data in that way. In addition, we have our own forum, kickstarterforum.org, which I literally started myself. And I remember the early days of like building that online forum and trying to get users and growing the community there. It became literally like the mainstay when it comes to crowdfunding. We have more than 10,000 members on that forum as well. So if you're doing a crowdfunding campaign, you're more than welcome to participate on that forum. Go there, post, ask questions, all that kind of stuff. Really great resource. So we covered a couple of different easy and free channels which you can use to participate in order to do market testing, market validation when it comes to your idea and your product. But what about tactics? What about techniques? What about actually some tools which you can use to help you with that process? That's what I want to talk about now. I believe this is number 8, but on this list, the next one I want to mention is Google Trends. So Google Trends, for those of you that are not familiar, you can actually go on Google Trends and you can see different keywords that are trending real time, but also you can put in specific keywords and you can see search engine volumes, or how many people are actually searching for this trend. And the cool thing as well is you can actually compare 2 different trends together and you can see how one maybe is bigger than the other, or how certain terminology is trending in relation to other key terms. how might you use this? For example, if you're going into a new industry, you could actually see how big is the search volume for that industry in terms of a trend compared to another industry, or the different keywords which you're thinking of using to target a particular end customer. So to me, it's actually a great tool to get a crystal clear understanding of how real time people are actually searching for things online, and from a broader perspective, how that compares within your industry. And even if you want to, put in your competitors' keywords and see how do they compare in that way. Oh guys, we're getting a bit more sophisticated here, right? So I think the next one that I really want to get into, and this is more again of a sophisticated marketing tool. Not everyone's going to know how to actually use this. More so digital marketers like myself, we love this kind of information tools, and that's Google Keywords. So this is actually part of the AdWords program. If you are an advertiser on Google, you could actually use this tool to be able to see the search volume specifically of individual keywords. So for example, you could see how many people are searching for a particular keyword in your industry or a competitor's product or some kind of thing that they're searching out online. Maybe they're looking for a problem solution kind of a fit. So they're looking like, how would I, do X, Y, and Z, or how could I, and fill in the blank. And you can see the number of people monthly that are searching for a solution to that exact question. So it gives you a very crystal clear idea of the marketplace. And I think in that way, it's really great when it comes to testing out and really validating, is this a problem beyond myself, right? Is this a problem that other people have? Really great tool in that way. Number 10, and I guess we're just staying within the realm of Google at the moment, is Google Forms. So I use Google Forms within my own business. You will probably recognize that if you ever tried to book an individual coaching call with me in order to discuss business strategy, in order to discuss crowdfunding, in order to discuss really how do you take your idea and make it a reality, whether that's raising funding online or building a business from scratch. Or I do a lot of business coaching with executives and CEOs and people that are starting new companies. So no matter what kind of change you're trying to make, I really help you speed it up when it comes to getting those results in a much more structured way as well. So one-on-one individual coaching, you can check out the link for that down below. But Google Forms is basically a tool which you can use to systematize getting feedback. So for example, if you're reaching out via Instagram or via Twitter or via Facebook groups, rather than sitting there typing, asking people questions, you're in Starbucks, right, after work, and you're typing, and you're like, okay, like this is the one I want to know next, and maybe you forget some questions, and then like you remember some with some other people. It's a nightmare. It's such a headache, right? And I've done that before. So instead of that, you could have one standardized Google form and use that to collect names, emails, phone numbers, as well as go through a list of survey responses, like from 1 to 5, how would you rate the pain point behind this? What would you value this at? Have you bought any other products? You can have some as well, fill in the blank questions to get even more information from those individuals, and use that to really gauge a sense of either their product that they're interested in, the problem which they're experiencing, the business itself, and some of their thoughts on that. You can get a lot of great data using Google Forms. A great alternative to Google Forms, if you are interested in kind of upgrading the user experience, is to use Typeform. So Typeform is more of a pay-to-play kind of a tool. Typeform is great though when it comes to the design, the features, the way it looks, a great alternative to Google Forms. I want to include that in the list. Another one that I absolutely had to include in this list is SurveyMonkey, and I've also used this myself. Again, you're probably gonna have to go into the paid plan to really get the most value out of SurveyMonkey, but it is an alternative to Google Forms and Typeform, and it's been around for so long. There's a lot of great functionality when it comes to SurveyMonkey, so you can go and check that out. The next resource I wanted to include in this list is really primed when it comes to getting market validation, doing testing behind a business idea or a product. And I think that for most people, they actually haven't heard of this resource, and that's because it's actually very new. And this resource allows you to get real-time feedback from real people nationwide who are validated, who are vetted individuals to give their honest thoughts on a product, on an upcoming crowdfunding campaign, on a new business idea, on really anything that you'd really like to get qualitative and quantitative data about, and in an honest way. And to be honest, this actually as well is something that's really within everyone's budget who is watching this particular video. I am talking about the resource Feedback Jack. So go and check out Feedback Jack, and I'll include this link as well down below. This is actually a partnership that I'm doing with another individual who's actually powering the technology behind this incredible platform. So Feedback Jack, I've just been blown away by the results and as well what you can use this for and how you can really create a much more scientific way of not only discovering the market you should be going after, their feedback when it comes to your product or your business idea, but as well give you feedback on things like your website. For example, if you're doing a crowdfunding campaign page, as well your video, your pitch, they can give you feedback every step of the way. And it turns what's usually, I think, a very intimidating, uncertain process into something that's much more scientific. We are sharing all of these secrets on today's video, and I'm going to share another secret with you as well. And that's actually a tool that you can use in order to gauge consumer demand. So here's an example. Here's an example, man. Let's just say that you are coming out with a new business, and maybe you're providing a service of some kind. So a service-based business, or you have a new product, for example, and maybe you have some photorealistic renderings of that product, or you even have a concept and you want to see, would people actually be willing to buy this? Would they actually be willing to take action on this? What you can do is you can send them to something that's called a landing page and gather their name and email if they're interested in actually moving forward in that process. And maybe on the second page of that landing page, you then ask them, are they actually willing to click buy? And then on the third page of that landing page, you then have a sign or you have a page that basically says something like, hey, we're just actually testing this, but we are super passionate and excited about solving this problem. If you'd like to know when this service is available, enter your name and email here, and you'll be able to be notified and join our waitlist, right? So there's so many different ways you can actually structure that. So the tool that you can use to do all of that is called Leadpages. So Leadpages is incredible and very powerful. And they actually have great customer service as well. I have been a user of this tool for many, many years. I'm also on the advanced plan. I actually have 2 different plans, which I'm a part of when it comes to Leadpages. And I use it not only for my own social media, for my own business, but also for my digital marketing agency. So I really like these guys. They have a lot of great analytics. It's very easy drag and drop interface, and anyone can set up a landing page using Leadpages. So if that technique that I was talking about just now is interesting to you, go and check out the video down below I have as a tutorial for Leadpages, and also the link down below. And if you go through that, you'll get a very small commission at absolutely no expense to you when it comes to signing up for Leadpages. The next resource I want to include in this video before we get into just the idea of services and like how to attack this from a different angle would be Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So this is kind of my love. This is what I'm freaking passionate about. What I'm literally studying every single day is crowdfunding. So Kickstarter and Indiegogo are crowdfunding platforms. I have a great video out there talking about how Kickstarter works, how Indiegogo works. You can go and you can search my channel if you want to learn more information about that. But basically, you can use these crowdfunding campaign platforms to not only get validation on a new business idea, but also to get funding for it, right? If you have a new product, you can actually put it out there on Indiegogo or on Kickstarter. People can back it real time. You can see your funding meter going up, and you basically get instant validation of, is this something you should be working on or not? And if you wanted to, Indiegogo also has this new program as well. You can actually just throw up an idea and you can see, would people be willing to fund that idea or that business in the idea stage? And lastly, there's another form of crowdfunding called equity crowdfunding. So you could actually, if you wanted to, raise money as well for a business using this method. So crowdfunding, I will lump as sort of the next resource. And I do think that for anyone who not only wants to get validation, but also funding, it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, if you follow what I talk about and what I teach step by step, it's also not terribly difficult to do. The next section is to really get into market validation and market testing when it comes to services, right? So there are different agencies that are available out there that will actually do this for you. Now, of course, you got to have a decent sized budget in order to be able to do that. But I did want to mention that sort of as one of the final resources in this video is that there are actually agencies out there that will go out there and they'll help you get this kind of information and data when it comes to market validation, market research, data trending, analysis, all that kind of stuff. There's some great resources out there. I'm not endorsing any of these agencies. One example here would be Newton X, and the other one I wrote down would be Get Horizon. So you can go and check out, if you wanted to, and just do a simple Google search, and you'll come across a bunch of different agencies that are available out there to help you when it comes to market validation and testing. I am not endorsing any of these, but just to let you know, these services are available. I hope at this point in the video, you at least feel like, gosh, there are just a lot of resources available to me when it comes to really getting this business off the ground, getting validation and kind of almost validating not only my hypotheses, but also the entire business idea, the product ideas that I have, and that this is really a scientific process, that there is a step-by-step method and formula that you can go through in order to get much more significant results than other people that are just kind of fumbling around and like trying to get it done. And one of the things that I think is so bad about this industry, and also when it comes to startups and entrepreneurs, is the fact that so many people are not successful as business owners. So my goal, like my mission, if you will, with this video and with my channel is to really help improve those success rates. Not only by helping people getting funding, which is one of the number of reasons why people go out of business, but also to structure this in a much more strategic way. And that's also what I do in my individual one-on-one coaching calls. So when you book an intensive coaching call with me, we talk a lot of the times about launching a new product or about doing a crowdfunding campaign for that. But I also have a ton of people that funnel in through my coaching who are interested in really upgrading their life, who want to get this part of their life handled and want to launch something new so that way they can grow a brand into the future. So that way they can get off the ground floor when it comes to a new business. And it's one of the most exciting times in the history, in my opinion, of the world to be able to launch a new business using new technology, using digital marketing. Like there's just so many tools at your disposal. So if you ever want to talk to me one-on-one on an individual basis, you can go check out my link down below to book an individual coaching call with me. That being said, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Leave a positive comment down below, and also share this with a friend. I think it's so important that we get more messages out there about some of the resources that are available to us, and hopefully you also value good quality education, which is exactly what I'm trying to do there, whether it's with my podcast, my free articles that are available on crowdcrux.com, the new partnerships I have, for example, with Feedback Jack. I'm trying to bring more resources to the person who is in the trenches right now, trying to figure it out and trying to, in my opinion, what I'm trying to do, demystify this for you. I'm trying to show you what the pros are doing behind the scenes, kind of pull back the curtain, and you can discover all of those easy secrets, which you can then use to have much more powerful results show up in your life. Again, my name is Salvador Brigman. Thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I will see you next time.